Hello. Now, most people, if you caught the typo, usually spell Sensei wrong, and in this case, Sensei was spelled right. Blockchain looked like it had an error, but I am Crystal Rose from Sensei, and Sensei, S-E-N-S-A-Y, and we have evolved into making sense. So I have been really excited. I love Block to the Future. It has been amazing to be in San Francisco and to see how many people are working on amazing projects in blockchain. I've seen a lot of things with humans involved. We just saw a brain on screen as well. So I'm really excited to share with you something I think is very next level in terms of where we're going with humans. So I want to first start, since we are at Block to the Future, with a little bit of a blast from the past. Maybe you recognize this video.
56 past, I wasn't prepared to translate that as I was doing that little tease.
Oh, that's
that little mark with the A and then the ring around it.
At.
See, that's what I said. Katie said she thought it was about.
Yeah. Oh.
But I'd never heard it.
Around.
I'd never heard it said. I'd always seen the mark, but never heard it said. And then it sounded stupid when I said it. Violence at NBC.
I heard be around big fight in the lunchroom the other week.
There it is. Violence at NBC. GE.com. I mean.
Well, Allison should know.
What is internet anyway?
What is internet anyway? Do you remember this? 1994, so over 20 years ago now. We're going on about 25. And really, this is sort of the very beginning where everyone said, what is this thing that everyone's using? And today we are in the same space. What is blockchain anyway? And so I think it's really amazing, you know, to think about the past and then think about the future. That's why the importance of Block to the Future is here. And we all have been to the future, I think. Being here and just being part of this is representative of knowing what's coming. I have been to the future, and I can tell you that it is full of Bitcoin. So this is an actual DeLorean with a Satoshi license plate. This is in my garage, and it does come fully stocked with a flux capacitor. This is, to me, representing a really beautiful mix of the past and the future, and I think it's really important because this is what the thesis is. In the future, humans will trade information and value through a connected global network. And that seems like maybe something that's been achieved already. Here's the digital landscape today globally. Across all of the humans, we have about 50% of us have internet, so that still feels a little bit low. And every person who has a cell phone today has some kind of messenger. So we have about 5 billion devices, and on those devices, we actually, this is a little bit old, we now have about 2 billion people using messenger service, and SMS is on all 5 billion. What I think is really interesting is, this was done, Cambridge and MIT did these studies in May of 2017, and at the time they said there were 5 million total cryptocurrency users based on wallets that they were able to find online. Now this is a really tough thing to be able to quantify, as you might know, but during that time, from then till now, if you look at the rate of increase of just Bitcoin alone, that's 10x, we can 10x it to 50 million. Now that still is a very low number. I mean, that really just means that 2/3 of everyone on the planet has a mobile device, yet only 1% or less of everyone uses cryptocurrency. So the future is full of cryptocurrency, but today it still is really at the very beginning stages, just like the beginning of the internet. We have a global economy. This is a map that represents the saturation of Bitcoin, and this is also from summer of 2017, so I'm sure it's increased a little bit, but what this is telling us is, well, first of all, there's a lot of the world that can still benefit from this technology, but also there is a lot of the world trading with each other. So we're a global economy. This doesn't represent the US dollar or the euro. When you trade those, you have to go through borders, and those are really regionalized. So as a global economy, we are opening up ourselves and our ability to transact information and value across all borders. We built Sensei as our first application on the Sense network, and really this is for everyone to share their value, share their information inside of chat. And what we learned is that people really love sharing what they know, and they also they love to earn for it. So they earn cryptocurrency. We had Sensei coins, and we created a system that as easily as you can send a message, you can earn cryptocurrency inside of chat. So this allows you to exchange it for Ethereum, or on the Ethereum network, rather, exchange your Sensei coins for Sense. And by using an Ethereum wallet, you can put it anywhere. So this is in Facebook Messenger today. We have it inside of Telegram, and we're working inside of all messengers. This is one example of what you can do when you take a product like cryptocurrency and exchange value in something that's as ubiquitous as a messenger. So we think everyone should be able to transact information and value as easily as sending a text. So we think that the reason for this is that every single person now has the ability to become an entrepreneur. And we have these platforms, and we have all of our social connections and relationships that we use to create value. We create the value with each other, among humans and machines. So we're chatting on Sensei today, sharing information with other humans to earn value. Tomorrow, we might be chatting with a bot or an AI, and that's a little bit further in the future. That's another DeLorean ride, a few more blocks over. So here's one thing that's interesting. I pulled this slide actually from my husband's talk, because he talks about Bitcoin and why it's important and why decentralization is important. And this is the disruption of every traditional industry that we have. So we think of Bitcoin being highly disruptive and cryptocurrency being highly disruptive. So is Uber. Uber is the world's largest taxi company that has no cars. Facebook is the world's most popular media owner, but they create zero content. Alibaba is the world's largest retailer that has zero inventory. And so on and so on. Airbnb, the largest accommodation provider, they have zero real estate. It all belongs to us. It belongs to the people. And finally, Bitcoin, it's the fastest growing bank in the world, but it has zero branch. There are no branches. There are no employees. We are our own banks. So this is a time in which we're finding the real value of what we have. So just as easily as you can rent out your room on Airbnb, or you can rent out your car on Uber, you can be the driver, you can put it on Turo, let someone else drive it, you can rent out your mind. And that's what we mean when we say your brain on the blockchain. So in the future, every human can monetize their most valuable asset, which is their mind, or their brain. And the blockchain makes this easy to trade and transact and also to track. Why is that important? So it's really valuable, and if you want to quantify the value, you can look at advertising. Advertisers spend a lot of money. Just on mobile alone, it's $130 billion to access our data. And even Facebook, if you think of Facebook alone, that's about $8 billion a quarter that they're making on everything that we're chatting about. This is a very big topic, and I know that a lot of people over the last couple days here at Block to the Future have talked about this, because it's really important that everyone starts to understand your data is owned by you. My team did a survey recently about who believes that your data is owned by Facebook and who believes that your data is owned by you. The answer is that your data is owned by you. They're in the terms, you technically own your data on Facebook, but yet every single day you're trading that data for social capital. You're just getting likes and loves and favorites and hearts, while the platforms are benefiting and you're not getting anything for it. So we think that all of your data should belong to you and not necessarily be centralized, because that would still be the old model, but be distributed. And you have access to it, and you have the right to sell it in the same way that they do. You can sell it to a human who might benefit, you can sell it to a business or a bot or a brand, because human data is valuable, stuff in your head, and human capital is exchangeable. Your human capital is your skills and your life experience and your knowledge. It's more valuable than social capital. Social capital is just a bunch of vanity metrics. So Sense is allowing you to get rewards for every type of data on the internet. We started with GitHub and Reddit because we love developers. Developers build the rails. They build the roads that we're relying on. Developers do everything for us in the ecosystem. So we started with those two, but we're extending to everything. And developers can build apps and dApps on top of Sense. We are the bridge between the application world and the decentralized application world. dApps are decentralized applications. It is going to take a little while for us to cross the bridge to get from the Katie Couric Today in America video of what is internet or what is email, all the way to everybody's using it every single day in their pockets. Blockchain has a little while to go. And so we need companies like Sense to create that bridge between the two things. So your brain on the blockchain, it has all of the same benefits of everything else on the blockchain. We would love to see the world decentralized. You can access all humans and their data this way, and it makes your data transfer fast, valuable, and scalable. So no longer is your information just locked up in centralized storage. You can access and you can monetize it. And that value exchange has an attribution on the blockchain. What that means is you have a public immutable ledger, and so you truly own it. It's something that you can say, yep, I was there, I staked that claim, I was in that DeLorean. So finally, I want to just end on one topic. So I think blockchain and AI are two of the biggest technologies that are ever going to hit the planet. I mean, from here on out, we're watching as their entire world is shifting into something much bigger and much more new. AI is autonomy, and blockchain is this transparent, immutable ledger that allows everyone to transact. And so yesterday, I was really fortunate to, I was in LA and I was at the CryptoBlockCon conference, and I was fortunate to be invited to go to a movie screening. There's a movie called Do You Trust This Computer? It has Elon Musk in it and a lot of other amazing futurists, and I just want to play a 1-minute little clip for you.
I use computers literally for everything.
Oh my God, I trust my computer so much.
As a society, we're increasingly surrounded by machine intelligence. These technologies are going to fundamentally change our society.
We're able to make ourselves smarter, and we'll be better at solving problems. We don't have to age.
The medical application is profound. People say it's the future, but it's not the future, it's the present.
How could a smarter machine not be a better machine? It's hard to say exactly when I began to think that that was a bit naive.
There is a dossier on each of us that is so extensive that they know more about you than your mother does.
The pattern here is that AI might take a little while to wrap its tentacles around a new skill, but when it does, it is unstoppable.
We're rapidly headed towards digital superintelligence that far exceeds any human. I think it's very obvious.
And if we create AI that's smarter than us, we have to be open to the possibility that we might actually lose control to them.
This could be literally an issue of life and death. I think there's no going back.
We've unleashed forces that we can't control, we can't stop. We're in the midst of essentially creating a new life form on Earth.
I do not think that a robot could ever be conscious, unless they programmed it that way.
So we believe in the humans. We believe that the future of technology is not artificial, that it is human. And so it is all of us that are working to build this next evolution of technology. As a gift from the director of this film, for the next 48 hours this weekend, it's available fully streamable on their website, doyoutrustthiscomputer.com. And they really want to spread the message. And I think that this is very relevant because there's a lot of information here about your data. We really want to see everybody understanding their true human value and taking that to the next level as we go through technology. So thank you so much. MakeSense.com is the best place to find us, and I would love to make sense together. We're hiring as well, so please come and see the team. And thank you again from the bottom of everyone's heart for being at Block to the Future. Thank you.